In simple terms, we help turn houses into homes. We furnish homes for veterans and first responders who have just been placed into permanent housing from living on the streets. We provide everything from kitchen utensils to rugs on the floor to furniture to
Let me go backward.
paintings and wall decor. Whatever it takes to turn those four bare walls into a warm, loving home, that's what we do.
We personalize the whole experience. We get to know the veteran. We sit down, we hang photos. We'll have lunch with them. We make it really special.
I didn't expect this much furniture. Really, it surprised me when they came with all of this and this nice entertainment center. Blew my mind.
When we meet these veterans, the first thing that occurs to me is that could be me. And if it were me, how would I feel? What would I need?
On every visit we go to, I wish I could just grab a group of people and take them with us, because I don't think people realize that this is really happening and that the situation is so bad.
The very first veteran that we serviced was in July of 2016. When we walked into his apartment, we were astounded. The only thing this vet had in his one-bedroom apartment was a blanket and a TV. He did have a TV, but it was sitting on the floor in front of his blanket. That's all he had.
It needs to happen more often, especially in Northern Virginia, where it's so expensive. People have to decide between paying for daycare or buying stuff like this.
I don't know how we couldn't help him, especially knowing he's made sacrifices to put himself in a position to be present as a father. Is the only thing he wanted, was to be there for his daughter. He moved, he relocated, he ended up being homeless for a while because of that choice. I mean, he made a huge sacrifice. Our sacrifice is easy. It's a little bit of time, it's a little bit of legwork. How can we find a thing to help him be the father that he really wants to be for his daughter?
Financially, it means that I have money to, do activities with my daughter. I can save money, take her to the circus, do some things that kids like to do.
There was a part of me that put myself in her situation, to where if I had to come to my dad's and not see anything for me and see the situation he's in, it would be heartbreaking.
I think my whole family, there's a sense of giving in our heart.
Just the satisfaction of helping others. It's simple. I mean, I don't do this to earn a salary. I strictly do it to give back.
I do a lot with the volunteers. I try to get them to come, and when they don't understand, direct them in what they need to do. I also do a lot with taking my dad to pick up the U-Hauls, so I do a lot of the driving. And I actually do a lot with the pickups from other people with donations.
So when we think of donations, when we think of how the community can help us, we're constantly thinking of value. So value in how can we enrich Norman's or some other veteran's life. It isn't he needs a couch and he needs a bed, but it's giving him a sense of self-worth. So he doesn't have to come home where he's worked 13 hours to a blanket or maybe just a mattress on the floor. And so now he's put all that time in, but he's only making just enough money to cover the rent and some food, and he's going to continue struggling and feel less because he can't provide even the most basic things for himself or his daughter. Providing that value, giving them that step up, raising their base just a little bit so that he feels better. He sits up taller. He walks a little taller. He can smile at his daughter. That's, I don't know how much more value you can get out of a thing than that.
If we were not to furnish these homes for the vets and give them their sense of pride and self-esteem back, there's a 90% probability that they'll wind up back on the street. And we actually experienced that with one of the vets that we were in line to support. before we could actually get to him, he had already wound up back on the street. So it's important for us to be able to turn around these requests as quickly as we can. Most of these guys and gals don't want to be on the street. They want a fresh start, and we're trying to give them that.